If you want something in life, you gotta go get it, man. Go get it. If you want it, don't sweat it, homie, go get it. If you're trying and it gets you down, don't let it. Take it from me, man, I've been around, don't sweat it. It's all better when
What's going on, guys? Alright, so you just saw basically how Skylar got in and everything. And it's pretty much my, I guess you could say, my background story with it. Well, I'm 18. I'm going to be 19 in June. I started working out about 3.5 years ago. It was right after my freshman year in high school. I was 102 pounds. I was incredibly skinny. Didn't really care about it, fitness, whatever. Just sat around, did whatever, played Xbox a lot, my own thing. But I don't even remember really what got me motivated into going to the gym. My dad it's always been around in my life because my dad was a bodybuilder back in the 80s, and he opened up a gym with Lee Haney actually, and so it's always been there, but I never really took an interest into it until my teenage years. And I started training, I'd say about June of 2008, I believe, or 2009. And I really had no intention of ever stepping on stage or becoming a quote-unquote bodybuilder. I just wanted to get bigger and just look better. But after, I'd say, about a year and a half of training, I got more into the competitive bodybuilding scene where it really started to fascinate me. And I went to my first bodybuilding show, which was the Charlotte Cup in, I want to say, 2009. And I met Jay Cutler for the first time right after he won the Olympia. Incredible dude, huge, really got me psyched up to step it up. And I came back and I busted my ass for the next year or two. And I finally stepped on stage in 2011, in August of 2011, and I did the Upstate Classic, which wasn't a national qualifier or anything, so I had to win. Basically, I had to take first place overall to be able to put myself in the position to compete at a national level. And I did. I competed in the teen division and the open. In the teen division, I took second. And then in the men's open, I ended up winning the overall, just because of the fact, also, to clear this up, I had a lot of questions. The guy that beat me in the teen division did not compete in the open. So that's how that's set up. But I ended up winning the men's open overall, and my weight class, obviously, and best poser. So that put me in a position to compete nationally. I took the next year and a half off to really just pack on the size that I wanted, which there's a lot of stuff going on in my life outside of bodybuilding, so I'd say for about 9 months it was not productive at all, so I made barely any gains, which I still kick myself for every day, but you live and learn. And then June of last year, I really just said, time to get back into it, stepped up my game for the next 5 months, I'd say. I had a really productive off season for those 5 months. I put on about 25 pounds, and that was muscle, not fat. Of course I put fat on, but that's regardless. And then I ended up competing in my first national level show last November, which I took 10th in my weight class, which doesn't seem all that well, because it's 10th place, but I was the youngest competitor there by 10 years. The next youngest person was 28, who won the lightweight division, the one that I was in. And on top of that, I was the only natural competitor there. So, with that being said, I am very pleased with my 10th place. And for the last 2 months, I have been in an off-season, really productive so far. I've made a lot of improvements on my back and shoulders and chest, primarily, my weaker areas that I needed to hit. And I'm going to be competing in 2013 Nationals. I might do a local show beforehand, or I might do the USA's out in Las Vegas in July. but I'm giving myself till March 1st before I make a definitive decision on my next step, either the USA's or just keep it under wraps till next September when I start dieting for nationals again. But 2013, I will definitely be making a splash, I guess you could say, in the scene. The ultimate goal is to take either first or second in my weight class to take on my pro card, which will make me the youngest professional bodybuilder to date. It'll tie me with one other person who is 19, who won his pro card in, I think, 86. So that'll put me in a really good position for that. I'm working by myself, and, well, of course, in Skylar, but I don't have any professional coach like a majority of the guys do in nationals and at that level, and I don't have a name for me, where a lot of the guys are sponsored by like GAT and Muscle Tech and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's what the climb is going to be about, pretty much, is just following our all season. So that's it. That's just a background to me and how I got into bodybuilding and my competitive history.
Good.